Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Apex Legends. No, I'm just kidding. This is Flipping and Mashing.
Flip and then you mash.
That's right. All day, all night.
This is Parnell.
This is Steve. And this is Flipping and Mashing. I don't know, what episode is this, Parnell?
34.
Have you verified that?
I thought I went to the website.
I know, but I feel like it's got to be 33. I don't believe that 33's even happened yet. So by you naming out like 34, I think you're adding numbers to our existence right now.
33 was about me telling about pinball adventures.
That's why I didn't hear it. All right,
because you didn't care. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, we do have some stuff to talk about. We were just down at the local, I guess, it was just a bar. Is all it really was.
So our bar owner, buddy, Mike,
yeah,
he owns the Rex, which has the Batman Dark Knight and Sopranos, and that's where my two games will be going.
Correct.
Supposedly Steve is going to make his games work and go down there.
I have them half working, and I will still put them down there. But go on.
But that guy also has a bar in Superior, which is just across the bridge, close to our work. Mm-hmm. And he got a new
point blank range.
He ordered a couple games a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And a pinball machine just showed up there. But he's only going to have one, which seems kind of...
It does seem odd, but at the same time, it's already drawn a lot of attention.
We're just starting.
Because it is Munsters. So as a result, it's the north of the Twin Cities. It is like the newest game. Well, technically, it's the newest game. Period. Right?
Yeah.
There's nothing else newer than the Munsters. There's nothing newer than Munsters.
No, I think that's right.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
So technically, it's the newest game. Period. But north of the Twin Cities, I can't think of any place. Yeah, that has the Munsters.
It's a Munsters Pro. Mm-hmm. It's full factory default, and it sucks.
What?
Actually, I suck.
Yes, you suck.
Here's the problem. At CES, they must have made the game... They must have maybe made the outlanes tighter. Because I feel like we played so much better.
We did. But I will grant it to one luck and a lot of pressure. We were staring in the eyes of Twitch, and we decided... It's about to be legend time. And
we were famous when we were playing.
Well, I know. Yeah, first time out, we were on Twitch. It is what it is. But at the same time, it was crazy hard all night long. We kept draining balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in the millions several times, but at the same time, we kept draining balls when we should have been like, let's say we're gunning for like 30 million. We only end up like at 13 because we drained the first ball and drained the third ball, and then our second ball we get 13 million off of.
Yeah, we broke 10 million a handful of times, but it didn't. We didn't put a name up
right
on the top 5,
which was
you got your name on a
mode.
A mode, yeah.
Right. I got my name on a mode. You got your name on a mode, but we didn't get our name on the board for whatever it's called.
I got my name on Spot. I forgot who you did.
I forget it as well. It was called something champion. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, it was like Lily champion or whatever. I still really like the game. The default ball saver is 0.
Correct.
After we played, we probably pumped in between Friday. No. What day is it today?
Today is Thursday.
So between Wednesday and today, we probably pumped in $15.
Probably. Yeah.
Maybe 20 between us.
Yeah.
That ball saver is super brutal on route. When you're actually paying money, and the ball comes down, hits the sling, goes to the out lane, and drains without you even flipping.
Yeah.
That's a cheap shot. A drain should be your fault.
Right. If we owned it, it wouldn't even matter. All right, so be it. It's a free game. Play the next game. It's not a big deal. But when you're paying $1 to have it go right down the center, and it's not, you maybe got 40,000 points and that's it, you're furious. You're livid.
So I ended up talking to the bar owner. He was there, and I put a 4-second ball saver on it.
Which I thought would be pointless, but it's actually very, very
It actually
helpful.
saved each of us on our last 2 games.
Several times.
So I still enjoy the shots. I still enjoy the game, but I am having a very hard time finding the ramp shot. Like, hitting the shots consecutively is becoming very hard for me.
Agreed. Herman is easy to hit. What is that? The catch that drops down. He's like the vampire dad. Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa. The Grandpa scoop.
The Grandpa scoop. All right. So that scoop is easy to hit. Herman is easy to hit. I can hit both of those.
Oh, bullshit. Grandpa's easy to hit when you're not trying, but when an extra ball's lit,
Okay,
the
fine.
ball never goes near it.
I accept that. But at the same time, me not trying is like every single ball. So I can hit him regularly. Like 50% of the time, I can hit him or Herman all day long. But when it comes to the main ramps, which are out in the open, it's not like they're hidden.
It's similar to
like
Metallica.
they're
There's
hiding.
2 stand-ups on each side of the ramp entrance.
They're just sitting right there, right out in the sky. Just hit them in the face. They're sitting right there, sit right there. Just aim, shoot. I can't hit them except for like every other game. Like every other game, I can hit one. And I might even hit 2. It's also I look like a superstar. Like I shot it up one, shot it up the other, and then that'll be like the next 3 games. Like that. That's all that happened. It was I shot it up one, shot up the other. And that's it.
Yeah. I still really like the game, but it is very hard to find the shots. And I also don't know how to play it.
It's also a very pretty game too. It's very cool.
My one major complaint besides the ball save is that the GI goes from full color or bright, like just white, to nothing. And so you lose your balls all the time. You lose your tracking of them.
I haven't necessarily experienced that, but I understand what you're saying. Like when it goes...
That's because you're just so much younger than me. Your eyes are still good.
I understand. It is what it is. My young, beautiful eyes, they just catch everything. But yeah, I hear what you're saying.
That was super irritating.
Yeah. Once it lights up, it is extremely bright.
It's all LED.
And we were in a dark environment.
That's one of the main... I think that's the main cause. If you were in like my basement with lights on,
sure,
at least you could still see. But you're going from full bright, and then your eyes... The game shuts off.
Right.
Well, the lights.
Your eyes are dilated, and all of a sudden it
eyes
just blasts you. Yeah.
You can't see a ball flying around.
All right.
I almost thought that they should just keep the GI white, cut the color, stop cutting everything, or at least cut the time it does that in half.
But
it doesn't have the full effect. But at the same time, in a dark bar environment.
No, I hear what you're saying. But at the same time, it's a very If it wasn't flashing all the time, if it wasn't like that all the time, you'd be pissed.
No,
if you own the game,
shut up.
If you own the game, if it wasn't lighting up and wasn't blasting lights at you all the time, you'd be pissed.
No, because the GI already does change color, and I love that. I love when you hit Herman, everything goes green.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, you know what we haven't done yet? Yes, I need to crack this can because my mouth is dry like cotton.
We already had beers, but what are we going on now? It's nighttime.
We've had a few beers. I've had a few beers.
I almost punched Steve in the face.
All right. On a side note, not even a side note, like
wait, hang on. We have to talk about these cans,
sure.
And then we have to talk about what you texted me that I was very confused about.
All right. So I'm drinking a NOS at this point because I'm
the original.
trying to stay awake. Yeah, original NOS. I think it tastes good. I like it a lot. What do you have?
I have a bubbler. It's the same one that's caffeinated sparkling water, but it's pomegranate Iki or whatever that word is.
Acai, I think. Acai.
Yeah,
I think it's Acai.
Acai?
It's a superfruit. You guys know what we're talking about. It's a superfruit. It's AC.
What's the next superfruit? Kiwi?
Yeah.
We should bring it. We should make it happen. Have you ever eaten one with the skin on?
No, but I'm also not a savage.
Nope, then you're not. Then you don't love them. You rub the fruit so that the furries come off, but you keep the skin on, and just take it by like an apple.
All right.
Do it.
I can try that. That's fine.
Try it.
I will. Don't threaten me. I'll do it all day. All right. So what you're talking about previously, before we got into Kiwis, is we played Beerio Kart at the casino.
Okay, so
not the casino.
Steve texted me. Or I saw a Twitter post. It was like Beerio Kart and Munsters or karaoke at Average Joe's.
Yeah.
Which is where we were going to start. Mm-hmm. And I texted Steve back and said, "What the F is Beerio Kart? Did you misspell Mario?"
Right.
Because I thought,
as if I would misspell Mario by so far. That it was Beerio Kart.
That's why I was really curious as to what happened.
Right.
Or, I thought you were going to be playing like a knockoff of Mario Kart.
I accept that. That makes sense. Like
a Chinese knockoff.
Sure.
Nope.
Kart. No. Mario Kart, for those who don't know what it is a mode. So you're playing Mario Kart, but how you play it's a very simple game. You have to drink an entire beer before the end of the race, and you cannot drink and drive at the same time. So you have to come to a full stop, drink your beer, and you can do it multiple ways. You don't have to just like drink it all in one shot. You can like, let's say you're ahead of the guys. You feel like you have enough space on them that you can stop, drink your beer, or whatever. Or if you can just, some people just decide they're just gonna chuck it right away. They're gonna drink the whole entire beer and then take off. Me, I want to get like a lap or two under my belt first, and then I'll start drinking. One, because it warms the beer up a little bit, and
It's not much time.
it honestly isn't any time because
It's like, what, 3.5 minutes?
it's still
to be-
ice cold, and you're getting a brain freeze and a neck freeze just trying to drink down this beer. So everything's just frozen to shit trying to drink this beer down. But it's a fun game.
I think it has a lot of
Strategy to it.
That's
There
what
really
I said
is.
to you earlier.
There really is a lot of strategy to it.
The first time when he said that, I thought, don't even start driving. Just
No.
drink. Just slam
Sure.
the beer.
Right. And honestly, it's not a bad strategy.
No, it's not. I just thought of something. In Mario Kart, when you are last place, they give you all the goodies. Although they play 64, so I don't think the blue shell is in 64.
It's not.
But you get all the turbo boosts. And then by the time that they're going to be drinking, you're going to be flying by them.
On a side note,
Okay.
when I first walked in there, I was blown away by whatever kind of device he's using. It is not a 64 like I thought it was. First of all, he's running Mario Kart 64, but he has knockoff Xbox 360 controllers plugged into a small black box that I've never seen before in my entire life. I don't know if it's like a Raspberry Pi that he has a bunch of games loaded on, or what the fuck is it? Do you know what it is?
I took a peek and I thought it said Atari, but I didn't look too much further.
I was stunned when I saw it. I was like, who the F is this cat?
When we started playing, which we should describe our first game, but when we first started playing, it felt laggy as shit, and I couldn't tell if it was the box, the controller, or
I believe it's the box.
my thought that 64 actually was laggy.
And I can't verify that. It might be laggy.
I have a 64 and Mario Kart at home.
We probably should actually almost replay like a regular 64 game to see if it is that laggy. But because I haven't played 64 in
Forever.
a decade, yeah. When I started playing it, I thought, this is what you get when you run everything off of a Raspberry Pi. Because I thought that that's what was happening. Is it was a knockoff version of what we were trying to play, so it felt laggy.
Now, a lot of Pi-like devices can't do 64, not all 64 games at full speed. So there could be some of that going on, but the Pi is also kind of underpowered. So if he has a powerful device, it could potentially be running it just fine. The hard part that we all have is the nostalgia memory,
Correct.
where we think it plays kind of like Need for Speed, and
Plus-
it doesn't.
On top of that, all it really took was a couple of games, and it was really smooth at that point.
So I sat down next to Steve, and then he challenges me to a game.
Yeah.
The problem is,
They were
thought-
giving away free beer for these games. Free beer
okay, it was PBR, which to me
is still free beer.
sucks. That's college beer,
But it is college beer.
but it is free.
It's free beer.
But they cracked two tall boys, two 16-ounce cans, and I'm going,
Frozen, like they were ice cold. I've
were
never
ice.
drank such a beer that was that cold.
and I'm going, how?
It was like they were in Sub-Zero. Like what do they call it? What's the ice that has like the steam coming off of it?
Dry ice.
Dry ice. It's like they were living in dry ice or something.
When the guy was picking the tracks and stuff, I thought we were in a circuit mode where we played like 4 tracks. Oh no.
Just one track.
And
drink
then I'm
the whole thing
going,
down.
how are we going to drink this one beer?
You just gotta chug.
But that's why these PBR cans have wide mouth openings.
And okay, so I played against some other people.
No, okay, let's play our
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Go ahead.
So we start, and I did the first noob mistake of not playing Mario Kart in forever. I was looking at Steve's screen.
Like
So I
a
thought
scrub. Like a scrub. I mean, I picked Yoshi. He knows the the character that he picked. I take off. his guy's not moving. And I realized his guy's not moving. He doesn't know what's going on right now. He thinks he's me. All right, I'll stop for a second.
I was Bowser.
Hey, Parnell, by the way, you're not driving anywhere.
And then I finally look up like, oh, yes, I'm not.
And we have a judge, by the way. Like there's a judge who has to watch us to verify that we're actually drinking our beers. That way there's, an actual like system going on.
Yeah.
So
He left.
So I slowed down for a second. I didn't stop completely, but I slowed down for a second to kind of let you catch up a little bit. But and then I kind of took off like, well, it was his fault. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
And we both kind of just played the game. Like, we didn't drink our beer yet.
Right. Because it was a big track, and I kind of, honestly, I haven't played in such a long time. I wanted to see how big the track was and how much time I had to drink this beer.
We were on lap 3.
Yeah.
And finally, I kind of pulled over and started just pounding the beer. And Steve kind of looks at me like, how many laps do we have left? I'm like, this is the last lap.
Yeah.
And I think you kind of had a little freak out moment.
Well, I had a little freak out moment because I was staring at the finish line is when I had my freak out moment. And I had a half a beer left. And I was looking at the finish line, so I came to a complete halt. And I was like, oh, well, here we go. I have to download this right now because otherwise I can't cross the line without drinking this beer. So I started pounding it as fast as possible. I don't remember who won. Did you win?
Then, hang on.
All right,
and then you kept complaining about how cold it was.
Oh,
I was just throwing it back.
Cold.
And
I had to hold my neck. I was trying to do whatever I could just to keep my neck warm.
I didn't have that problem, but
my neck was like frozen solid. I was like
so
just
funny.
like pouring frozen beer down a frozen like hole at that point.
And then you actually ended up stopping literally 10 feet before the finish line.
Yeah.
And I was a little further back. Finished mine, started flying up. I was going to beat you.
I was watching you come at me, and then I thought, this stupid son of a bitch. So I turned on the red shells, and I had 3 red shells.
Spinning.
Yep. So they started spinning around me. I thought, this idiot's going to run right down me.
Here's why I don't like the game. This is why I thought it was a knockoff or bad. Because when you turn the joystick, your guy barely turns. Yeah. And it's very delayed.
You're very delayed.
I do not remember that in the original 64 version.
I hear you.
So my guy starts turning, and I'm Bowser, so he's big
and
slow.
fat, yeah.
Hits Steve. I start flying in the air. I'm thinking, oh, I'll fly through. While I'm damaged, I'll bounce through.
But you just go straight up in the air. You just go straight up in the air.
Shut up, Steve.
But it's what happens. And I myself, when you hit my shells, I thought, this guy might flip across the finish line. But it only launches you straight up in the air. So then, while you're flipping around, dancing around in the sky, I finish my beer and just
I don't think you finished it. I think you faked it and then just
popped through. You can accuse me of cheating if you want, but I don't think I was cheating.
Let's go back and check the can.
Hey. Anyways, I played.
I was done after that. That was too much beer. That was too fast.
Yeah, I played a couple more games after that, and we ended up playing with bottles at one point. And
oh yeah, your last game was on a bottle.
Yep,
PBR bottle.
I don't think I've ever chugged a bottle before. I think it's always been out of cans, especially when you're used to chugging out of cans.
I think it's like playing Das Boot. You need a technique so that there's always the airflow. You can't just chug.
I wasn't expecting that. So I flipped it up, and it was like glug glug, glug 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 glug, glug glug glug. I'm like, I'm fucked. I don't even know what to do at this point. Like, I'm just watching these bubbles go glug 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 glug, and watching people blow by me. I'm like, what am I doing? Anyways, I did come in second place, and I barely lost. I was racing towards the finish line, and I realized, like, I think I have either foam at the very bottom, or maybe even some beer. If I cross that line with not foam, I'm fucked. So I stopped, checked it real quick, and while I was checking to see if it was beer, and there was enough beer in there that they could have easily complained and said I was cheating. So I chucked that little bit of beer, but while I was doing that, another cat ran across the finish line and won the game, and I barely lost. But
what happens when you win?
You get a pat on the back and says, "Good job, buddy."
So it's not like your name is on the board.
Oh, no. That's a pride-only game.
I thought you would get like maybe a free pinball game.
It's a way to get DWIs in real life while not trying to get a DWI in the video game world. So,
good move, Steve. Good move.
Exactly. Anyways, all right. So that was our.
So
go ahead.
I suggest if any of our listeners are big on any Mario Karts and are of age, please try it.
It's fun.
The strategy is actually very fun.
And there's modifiers to add onto it. We didn't do any modifiers. Like some of the modifiers are like if you come in very last place, you have to take a shot. If you get hit by like a bomb or something, you have to take a shot. Stuff like that. There's some stuff that would make you shit faced in a hurry. So we obviously didn't play that way, but
it's very college-y.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But if I had a kind of a big party night, I think I'd bust on my 64 and try to get 4 controllers and do it, because that was really fun trying to figure out when you should stop and chug.
There's so much competition in it. It makes you drink really fast. It adds the competition. It adds excitement. People were yelling. It was a fun time. People were having a good time. So it really adds excitement to the air.
Around our age knows Mario Kart,
right?
On whatever console they play on. So like even people who aren't gamers have played Mario Kart
for sure. It's been around. It's been around forever. It's been around since Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
which is what, 20 years old now?
I think it's about 70 years old.
70 years old?
Yeah.
Wow, World War II. It's impressive. It has been around a very, very long time, to the point now where, like, what's the newest one out? It's not 8. What's it called? It's not called 8. It's called...
Hang on, I'm looking up 1991 in North America.
It's what, 2019 now. So it's about 20 years old. It's 18 years old.
No, it's not.
It's 19.
2000.
Right.
2010. 2020. It's 28 years old.
Jesus, my math is way off. Wow. That's impressive. That's what drunk Steve, that's how he puts his numbers together. Anyways,
Mario Kart is 8. They just called it Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for Switch.
Oh, okay.
Because it came out on the Wii U.
So I have the 8 Deluxe on the Switch. So that's what I'm used to. And honestly, I knew that this cat, when he was going to be doing his Birio game, he was going to be using the 64. Now, I didn't know he was going to be using this modified, off system, which is, honestly, it's cool to play with these knockoff Xbox 360 controllers. It's fun to play that. I would rather play that than with the old, whatever you want to call them, squid controllers from the 64. Those are all busted. You can't find a good 64 controller.
I have them, but it was hard. You had to pretty much find a non...
They're all
Smash
sticky
Brothers.
as fuck. They're
all sticky, but then most of the
all
time
have Mountain Dew in them at this point.
Most times the joystick is just super loose.
In my opinion, it's the opposite. In my opinion, they're all like rock hard. Like
Steve, not every child spilt Mountain Dew on their controllers.
Okay.
You could have been me I had a Sega Genesis,
sure,
and I would take sandwich bag Ziplocs, cut a small chunk out of the top zipper.
Shut your mouth.
Put my controllers in Ziploc bags, and my friends would be so pissed that they'd have to play with the Ziploc bag over the controller. But guess what I have now? I have mint.
I'm sure that you do have mint controllers. I still don't believe that you could just have mint controllers, because it should still go inside that socket right there. What? It's never the buttons that are sticky. It's always the joystick that's sticky.
The whole controller's in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have the joystick. You have to have the joysticks. You cut a hole in it.
No. I cut a hole in the top zipper so the Genesis controller got in. I never had a 64.
Okay.
So I have no idea how you protect the joystick.
Yeah, because I was going to say with that squid controller, whatever you want to call it, with that big thumbstick in the center.
One, you have to get a quart size bag.
Yeah.
And then it did. Oh,
you would have to cut a hole for it. You wouldn't be able to move it.
Or you just use Saran wrap. My friends would hate me even more.
Your friends would kill you.
They already did hate me for the Genesis Ziploc bag.
All right. But that makes more sense, it being a Genesis controller. That makes a lot more sense.
Does that make me crazy?
It makes you like one of those grandmas that has the plastic wrap. Yes, the plastic wrap couches. That's exactly what it makes.
But when they die, that couch is mint.
Oh, for sure.
They can get $5 now.
But no, they still can't sell the couch, though, because it still has all that flannel coloring all over it.
It's $5 now instead of free.
Yeah, that's true.
we got into the next topic.
We have a lot of topics to get to, and we are still stuck on Be Real Kart. Xbox Live.
Okay, so you have 4 topics, and we're halfway through.
Well, so we're acing this right now. So Xbox Live.
Xbox Live is now on Mac.
Wow. You didn't watch anything. So Xbox Live is now technically, it's not now technically on iOS and on Android, but it will be very, very soon. Maybe even by the time we publish this, because we publish everything so fucking late. It's coming out for iOS and it's coming out for...
So this was that interview, right, with them?
Yes.
Officially?
Yes.
This is not a rumor anymore.
This is 100% legit, including Nintendo. It is legit that it's coming out for Nintendo. It's just there's not a timestamp on Nintendo, which is weird because it was announced for Nintendo before it was announced for iOS and
Correct,
Android.
yeah. It was announced a little bit ago.
Right. So I'm shocked that it wasn't announced at the same time or even earlier, because it was rumored way ahead of iOS and Android. But either way, Xbox Live is coming to all platforms, including PS, PlayStation, if they'll get their head out of their asshole and accept it. But they don't want to because they're assholes.
Wait. Xbox said they'd bring it.
Xbox has promised that they will bring it to every platform possible, including PlayStation, if they'll let it.
They are...
But that will be a punch in the groin that PlayStation will never accept. Can you imagine that? Oh yeah, we'll accept your app over here. No, that'll be a punch. They won't take that.
Here's the thing.
They won't want it.
Here's the funny part. If you think about it, it cuts Xbox's console sales if they did it.
Agreed.
Because now you just buy a PlayStation.
Yes.
And you get both.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Or Nintendo.
But it depends on what they do with Live. Like how much of Xbox is
Xbox has decided that it's more important to them now. They have a mental idea of what they want. They want to be the Netflix of the gaming world, and that's all they give a shit about. They want to control your environment. They want to control your chat. They want to control your games.
But see, that is more important.
It is more important.
Because now they're on
everything.
They've opened up the door to
they
more
want to be
sales instead of a specific hardware
correct.
device.
They want to be the chat. They want to be the community. They want to be the group. They want to be the games for 2 billion gamers, which is what exists on the planet right now. If you're playing Angry Birds, or if you're playing... What's the PlayStation title? I can't think of one. Horizon Zero. That's exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Horizon Zero, Angry Birds... I don't know, Mario Run, they want to be, or Gears of War, they want to be the connecting tissue in between all systems on the planet.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's good.
Yeah, it is good. It's good for them. It's what their vision is. It's what they want to be. They don't want to be an exclusive console. That's not their vision anymore. They want to own gaming.
They won't do it.
But it's what their vision is. It's what they want.
Sure. No, it's great.
Yeah.
However, most gamers don't own one console.
Yes, agreed.
So,
but to me, because and maybe it's because I'm an Xbox gamer, and it's probably as part of the problem. To me, that's a benefit. I own a Nintendo Switch, which I love, and I own an Xbox One, which I love. And the idea that I can have my same community, the fact that I can have the same chat system, which is brilliant on Xbox, and the fact that they're going to bring, Xbox Game Pass to everything as long as they'll allow it. The fact that I can have Xbox Game Pass on everything, I'm not even subscribed to Xbox Game Pass, but if they bring it to Nintendo, I will subscribe.
I will only subscribe if those motherfuckers bring Hydro Thunder.
You know what? I haven't looked. It might already be on it.
But it's a digital game. Like, it's already on their store.
It might already be on it. I mean, we might be talking about something that already exists.
Okay, I'm going to look.
All right.
Game Pass Library.
Hydro Thunder is available!
It's on it! I can play Hydro Thunder Hurricane on my phone. No, wait.
Yes.
Are you sure they're bringing it to the phone?
That's the plan. No, the plan is to be multi-platform, and not just multi-platform. Every single platform available.
Hey, can you ask them when they're bringing Windows Phone back to put it on?
That died.
Assholes.
That died in the process.
No, it's
That died.
it's not end of life until later this year.
Away, my friend.
It's not dead till the end of this year.
It's a good grave. It's a good grave that you just gotta put it in, put some dirt on it, and just be happy with it. I put my dirt on my
I don't like you.
my Windows Phone.
Okay,
I gave
so
up.
when it comes for Switch, I will gladly pay $10. But things are different.
They
So-
want your $10 a month. That's all they give a crap about.
no. Okay, but all my times, because Hydro Thunder came out on 360,
Sure.
got ported to the Xbox and PC.
Yes. The Xbox Cloud still exists.
When it comes out on Game Pass for other consoles other than
That's
Xbox,
fine.
how are times going to work? Are the controls going to be a little different on other consoles?
It shouldn't be.
You say this.
Well, okay.
Phones can only have
Yeah,
motion.
Good point.
I mean, I'll still play it because I could literally play Hydro Thunder Hurricane.
Either
Rest
way,
of my
so
life.
here's the thing. They want to be the one connecting tissue, including they've already contacted all these Android game makers, all these iOS game makers. They have said, listen, here is our Xbox abilities. Here is our Azure cloud. Here is our Xbox tools. Use everything. Use chat. Use Mixer. Use anything you can. We want to be the source for you to make your game better, and then, as of course, result, make us the center of attention.
Sorry, off topic. Did you ever play Recore?
No, it's always looked like garbage to me. I have never been
okay.
interested in
Weird.
it, ever. Including when it was at its height and when they were pumping the crap out of it, I always looked at it sideways like, who's playing this fucking game?
Oh, I thought you would have enjoyed it.
No, I don't care at all.
Halo Wars is on Xbox, huh?
Yep, hey, both 1 and 2.
But that was a mobile game.
No, it was never a mobile game.
What was the mobile game?
The mobile games that you're thinking of is Spartan. Halo Spartan?
No.
Halo Spartan Wars?
It was the top-down...
Yes, I know what you're talking about. It's called like Spartan.
No.
Yes, it is. Look it up. It's called like Spartan something.
Or was Halo War, did that come out on Xbox?
It came out on Xbox 360.
Then I'm confused then. I thought
Yeah.
it came out...
No, it's called like Spartan something.
But it was the top-down.
Yeah.
Like StarCraft.
Yep.
Okay, my bad.
It's a good game. I had it for free because it was available for free for, I think,
It's on Game Pass. Game Pass is gonna mess me up because I can't get to all these.
what do you mean?
I don't have time to play. I haven't even played. I haven't even turned my.
That's
Switch
not their
on.
point. That's not the point. For instance, this is their point. How many movies have you watched on Netflix?
A couple.
How many have you not watched on Netflix? A
Bubble.
bazillion. All of them. You haven't watched all of them. Is the point? And that is kind of what they are doing with this. They want to present to you
An
a
overwhelming-
lot of games. And yeah, like to me, like when I look at it, I had the same feeling. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I can't play all these games. But they're not expecting you to play all the games.
No, I know they
in their
don't.
in their opinion, like, well, you haven't watched all the TV series on Netflix, have you? That's not what we're trying to offer you. What we're trying to offer you is enough choices that you feel satisfied for $10 a month.
Although this is gonna be awesome because they have a bunch of the Tomb Raiders.
Yeah.
And like the Crackdown 3. So it's like I don't have to.
I'm gonna be
pay
yeah.
$60 to play one game. I can pay $10 a month, and I can just keep trying these new games that I never had to buy.
Yeah, and to me, like my brother is paid for this service. He and his wife, who is I wouldn't call her a pro gamer, but she is
She's an amateur, like
she's a streamer. She's a streamer.
Yeah.
She's on Twitch. She's kind of a semi big deal. She has a lot of people who follow her. She's got like over 2,000 people who follow her. She's got like.
I unfollowed her because I was like, "You don't need my."
No, she just.
You don't need my
sorry,
follow.
She usually just give her the middle finger whenever you see her name.
I
come
don't
up.
see that.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
I just go, "Damn it, Marshall."
But nonetheless, like what I'm holding off is as soon as they announced that it was available for the Switch coming out, I said, I'll tell you what, as soon as you come up for the Switch, I will throw money down as soon as it comes out because I want to be able to play Xbox games on my Nintendo Switch.
I will say this, though. Unless they do the cached download version, which I forgot what they call that.
What do you mean?
There's the Xbox version where you stream a game.
Sure.
So you're going to have internet on your Switch, which means you can play it anywhere that has Wi-Fi, good Wi-Fi.
I see what you're saying.
Or they have the current one where you can download whatever game you want, but it's just like at Netflix where it checks in.
Right. Xbox Cloud versus the current version, which is just called
Game Pass.
Game Pass. I think that they're going to be doing purely streaming when it comes to Nintendo Switch. So it would be
But see, like the Switch, if you put a big enough SD card, I think you could
you totally could
cache the game down.
I just don't know if that's their plan.
Oh,
because they
yeah,
won't be doing that when it comes to Android. They won't be doing that when it comes to iOS. Whereas they're going to try to make a seamless, universal world. So I think it's going to be that same way whether you be on even an Xbox console. Which, by the way, the new Xbox consoles that are releasing will not have drive discs.
Disk drives.
The disc drives, sorry.
What do you There was the rumor of a new Xbox coming out.
It's not just a rumor, it's a fact at this point.
What has Microsoft said about it?
The new Slim that is
the
coming
new
out.
one.
The new Slim that is coming out. So it is not the next gen.
Yeah, it's
it
just-
is the current gen.
It's the Xbox One.
Right. Will be releasing without a disc.
We've thought
Drive.
about that. Like that's been rumored for a while.
And it's a good move.
Is that the Scarlet or is that a different one?
That's a good question. No, that is not the
That's
Scarlet.
Xbox.
Yeah.
The next one.
quote unquote Scarlet, which some asshats out there are quoting as the new. I honestly want to strangle some game journalism when they say, "Oh, the new Xbox is coming out. It's called Scarlet." It's like, do you not know what a code name is? Do you honestly not know what a code name is?
No one would release.
Stop even pretending that you're a journalist at this point. That's going to be the case. All right, but anyways, I'm sorry. No, it's totally a code name. That is what the future is. The current gen will be releasing a discless version, which at this point isn't that big of a deal. It kind of, what it is their toe in the water. Do you know what I'm saying? It's them testing. How will this work? Will people reject it? Will people completely accept it? Will it be the future? Because that's honestly what they want. They don't want to do discs anymore. Because they want to own all of the money. They don't want to have to produce discs. It costs money to produce discs. They can keep all of that money internal. That saves them, what, $15 per game?
Yeah, I don't know.
In theory.
Easily.
Because they don't have to produce the case, they don't have to produce the disc, they don't have to produce
Well, you don't have to go to press.
Yeah, all that different stuff. They save a lot of money.
And what happens with disc pressing is you get your gold copy,
Yep.
you draw the line,
Yep.
then you have to go to print, and it takes, what, up to 3 weeks or something after that? And so that's when a bunch of leaks happened.
Plus, let's say you want to play my disc. You don't have to pay for my game. You can just play my game because you're my buddy. Whereas if you want to play...
This is why I don't like...
Yes.
This is what scares me about it, was I like the option for non-disc stuff, or non-physical, but when it comes down to it in the future, all your shit is stored on your
Correct.
your drive, and then you have to log in.
Yep.
Well, if the Microsoft Cloud goes away in 5 to 10 years, your games are all gone.
Which hopefully never happens, but yes. At this point, the world has to accept, and if they haven't accepted it already, but I feel like current generations have just given away their souls and they just accept it, including myself. Like, just, here's fucking $60. Please never take my game away from me. And then I just do that multiple times. And at this point, I have lots of games in the cloud, which is very convenient and very easy for me. I can play whatever game I want on my Nintendo or play whatever game I want on my Xbox. I don't have to put in a disc. In fact, disc games or cartridge games that I own get played extremely limited because I don't want to get up and put in the fucking disc.
Yeah, you're a lazy piece of shit.
I'm a lazy piece of shit. I have to have a game or a disc in there like at all times.
Although I've started doing that with the Switch.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a tablet.
It feels hard to get up and go find the case, which is probably by my hand. It's so hard to go reach over and grab that.
You have a case with the game slots.
Yeah.
I do too. I have a bunch of. There's what? 8 games in my.
I have to pull the system away from the cartridges. That's how weird I am.
We're really bad now.
Super bad.
But see,
it takes a minuscule. It takes basically a flick of my wrist to put in a new cartridge.
But I keep buying physical because I want that. I want to be able to control the games I buy.
Sure.
So I can go sell it. I've borrowed you a bunch of games.
Mm-hmm.
You can't borrow me.
Nothing.
Well, only Star Fox. Starlink.
You
bought it. Physical.
Oof. I want to play the game right now. It's so good. It's such a good game. By the way, for those who have Nintendo and have not bought Starlink, you're missing out. It's a really good game, and there's more DLC coming out.
When's it coming? Do you know?
Was it April? Coming out in May, I think. It might be April, but I think it's either way. It's coming out spring, whether it be April or May.
You're gonna play it again then, right?
Totally,
because it's a bunch of Star Fox stuff.
Even if I don't play the whole entire story over again, I'm gonna play that DLC for sure.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that DLC because I like the game a lot, and I haven't played it very much. Like I was thinking about it today because today I was holding the Nintendo in my hand. I was like, I want an adult game to play, and I don't really want to play Warframe right now, but I thought...
What about Bayonetta? I have that physical if you want to borrow it.
What's the male version of Bayonetta? Is
Devil May Cry?
Devil May Cry. Is that all for...
That's PlayStation.
So it's not for Nintendo?
They probably brought it for Xbox. But, because that's a Capcom game.
Sure.
Yeah, they brought it to Xbox. But that was a PlayStation-only game for a long time.
Okay. So I've kind of wanted to play that. I guess here's my issue with Bayonetta. It has nothing to do with the fact that the main character is a female, for those pieces of shit who want to call me out on that right now. What it happens to do is the very first time that Bayonetta was ever created, we had a booth right next to it, and I had their trailer playing on a loop in front of my face nonstop, and I began to resent it to the point where now whenever I see Bayonetta, I think
really?
Yeah, I don't want to play it. Like I see it and I think of that time where I look down on them like, you're a nobody who made a nobody game who nobody's going to play. Look, all this is just looping in front of me nonstop. No one's even stopping at your booth. Fuck your game. And then like it's a good game. A lot of people love it.
That's Platinum Games, man.
It's a Platinum game. I'm not saying it's not a good game.
No. The developer's called Platinum.
Okay, sure.
They make some of the best Nintendo titles.
I'm not saying they're a bad company. I'm saying it's my memory. It's my prejudice.
I know, like that wrecked it for you.
Yeah. So when I look at it, I think of it not as a... If I wasn't there when they released, I think I would think of them as important. But because I was there when they released, I think of them as subpar or something.
But what about now? Like, could you play the new Bayonetta 3 that's only on Switch?
How about this? I love the game series Darksiders.
Yes.
And I forgot. In a way, half look down on Darksiders because I was there when they released. So I look at them as like a peer, if that makes sense. Like I don't look at them... When I look at Halo, I think of Halo as this pillar that I'm looking up at. When I look at Darksiders, I think of them as, yeah, I was there when you guys released. I saw when you guys were a small fry that came up right next to me. Same with Bayonetta.
I think we were at PAX or something when they came out with the second.
We were at PAX, and one of their big gimmicks to get people to come over to their booth was they had a bucking bronco that was dressed up like the war horse.
Oh, and you could, it's like a bar. You could ride it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember that.
It was dressed up like because he's a horseman, like he's one of the 4 horsemen, and you would ride on that big, huge, cool-looking horse.
Wait. When did you buy Darksiders?
Wait a minute, it's for Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you bought it for Xbox?
I'm going to have to throw money down for Nintendo Switch now.
That's why I don't remember what you bought on. You texted me. You must have been Xbox.
I bought... Okay.
The War Chest or whatever.
So, right. You can buy all 3 games right now over on the Xbox 360. I don't know if they have all 3 games available on the Nintendo.
Comes out April 4th for $30.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because by that point, Xbox Game Pass will be available on Nintendo, and you can get all of them on that.
Shenanigans. That's not Game Pass isn't purchasing though. You're just renting it. So if they pull the game
Sure.
off.
Yes.
Because like that's what Netflix does.
Yes. Well, I myself, I paid for, I threw the money down. That's how I justified it to myself. That's how I justified it to myself. Is if you pull the game away, I still own it. Same with, for that matter, like I pay money for movies that I like a lot, even if they're on Netflix,
Yeah.
because I don't want Netflix to take away my movies. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yes.
Because I can't guarantee that Netflix won't. Because Netflix has pulled away movies that I love. And I feel very guilty whenever I pay for a movie that is on Netflix. Because, like, well, dude, you can watch that for free, you idiot. And it's like, well, they might take it away from me. Like, I need to own it. But, anyways, it is what it is.
I'm trying to find out if the War Master edition has everything.
It won't. War Master is only the first game.
Shut up.
Nope. War Master is the first game and all the DLCs for the first game. Because he is war. He is the War Master.
So it's just a remastered first game.
Correct. It is. Well, no. It's not just remastered. It's also all of the DLCs.
Yeah, well, yeah. They
Correct.
they would never do that. They would never remake the original but not add the DLC.
Right. It is only the first
But
game
it's
plus all the
remastered
extra content.
because they
Yes.
brought it to 1080p.
Yes. And
60
yeah,
FPS.
it'll be a good game, but you're missing out on all the other ones, which you can get on the 360 right now.
I
or
thought
not
it was.
360, the
I
Xbox
thought it was
right now.
all three.
No.
I'm not paying $30 for
No,
that.
and you shouldn't, especially, again, I'm saying this for anyone who's even thinking about buying this Darksiders for the Nintendo. Xbox Game Pass is coming to the Nintendo, and all of the games are on Xbox Game Pass.
It's on Linux. That's awesome. Yeah, this came out on Wii U a long time ago. That's funny. I remember that. I remember when that happened. I thought it was like the third or fourth one, but it was just the War Mastered.
Right. So I've been playing Darksiders as well.
Oh, so you got the 3-pack.
Right.
Is that called something? Is it like a war chest or something?
No, it's called Darksiders, like Whips and Chains or something like that.
Oh, so it's just okay. So it's all
No. Not Whips and Chains. Chains and Blades. Because the new girl has chains, and then the other two guys have blades. Chaos and what's his nuts? Death have blades, and then the new girl has these like chain whips. So it's either called Whips and Blades or it's called Chains and Blades, something like that.
So which ones have you played?
I'm working my way through it, so I'm only on number 1 right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you're gonna beat them.
yeah.
Yeah, I love hack and slash games.
I love.
Is it co-op? Is it single player? What is it?
It's only single player.
All three of them?
I don't know about that. I'm working my way through it. So I'm going back to number 1. I have beaten number
that
1.
chick. Okay, I just clicked Darksiders 3 and I see the
Right. She's super
pink,
cool. Fury.
purple hair lady.
And one thing that was kind
That's
of
like
neat.
that. That's like that whip from Soul Calibur.
Yeah, it is. One thing that I think is cool.
Balance versus chaos.
That's not it.
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
that's just part of this game, I think.
Sure. The fourth horseman's name is Strife.
Is there a story behind this? Because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a good story behind it. In fact, the reason why I got into it, the reason why I bought the new Holy Shit package that has all 3 games in it,
yeah.
is because I listened to Audible quite a bit, and I had a free
It's blades and whip.
Blades and Whips. Okay,
Well, there's no whips. It's just
whip.
Blades and whip.
Gotcha. The
$100?
no, I paid $70.
Oh, well then you got it on sale
Yeah, probably.
because it's $100 on the website.
No, yeah.
But that's 3 games, and it is War Mastered, so you get the remastered first
Right.
one.
You get the Holy Shit package of all of them.
I'm assuming you get all DLC
Yeah.
of all of them.
Yeah, out of all of them. Anyways.
Anyway, sorry, yeah. Go.
Right. So what was I gonna say?
Oh shit! Is this the discless one right here?
No. you're looking at the Xbox X.
So that's
That slot right there.
Oh, it's
see a
right
little tiny
here?
gap. Yep, that's where the
okay.
disc goes in.
Sorry, I keep interrupting.
That's fine. The reason why I got back into Darksiders was because I'm now currently listening to the Audible book.
It's a book?
They have a book. It's a prequel to all the games.
Okay, well, hang on. Did the book come out before the games?
No.
So they've now are creating this universe
Correct.
bigger. Okay.
Correct. So they created the first game. I'm sure that was supposed to be it. Then they created the second game. I'm sure they thought that was it. Then they created number 3. When they created number 3, they also created this prequel book. So now they have a full enthralled universe that I don't know if they plan on going outwards from here or what they plan on doing, but they have a fairly engrossing universe now. They have 3 games and a book. They also have comic books, which I found out as well.
Oh, seriously?
Yep. So I don't know in which direction they plan on reaching out from, but either way, it's kind of cool. And that's why I was like, I need to buy this package because I'm listening to this book and I'm getting all excited about these games again. I got to get the games. And then I saw that they had a 3-pack. It came with all the DLCs. Like, that's what I want. Let's get that right now. Throw the money down. Let's go.
Well, you can read the full comic for the Darksiders online.
For free?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. What was I going to say?
Comics, Darksiders. So what's the story about? I mean, I have no idea. Like, just give a really quick high level.
Well, I don't know what 2 and 3 are. Okay.
Oh, okay. So what's the first one?
So the first one, the world is kind of collapsed. You are after humans have all turned into like zombies. All the humans are dead. You either have skeletons or zombies. Shit has happened. There's no more humans on the planet. All there's left is angels, demons, the Nephilim. The Nephilim are like a third species, which are the horsemen, because they are the last of the Nephilim, the four Nephilim. There was an entire species, which would be like, for instance, like if there was another demon species, if you will. Mm-hmm. And they're all dead now. All that's left is 4 horsemen. They are outside of angels and demons, and they are the balance keepers. They keep the balance in the universe. That's their job. Earth was supposed to be another species, humans. Well, shit went down somehow, and humans, that whole entire species, is now dead. Balance is upset. It's not good anymore. Demons have upended the balance quite a bit. And it's the horsemen's job to try to bring balance back to the universe. They got to wipe out a fuck ton of demons. So you spend a lot of your time just wiping demons out like crazy. And they can't bring balance to the universe as a whole because humanity's dead. But they can sure as hell take a lot of demons with them. And there's still a lot of angels out there to try to... They fight angels too. They fight a lot of stuff. It's a good series. It's got a lot of, if you're into that kind of thing, like it's got a lot of fantasy in it. It's got wonderful art. I love the art a lot. I think that it's a very beautiful game. Either way, I was worried that the remastered version wouldn't be as pretty as it was. I was afraid that I'd be looking at an Xbox 360 game on an Xbox One, and I was afraid that I would be disappointed with my purchase. But I'm not at all. They definitely remastered it. It definitely has been brought up to the Xbox One era, and it looks very beautiful, and I'm very proud of my purchase. That's all.
Well, great.
Mm-hmm.
Crap. I'll probably wait to play it then.
You should totally wait to play it. I mean, I paid the money for these games, but again, I would suggest to anyone else, do not throw the money down because it's already available for free on the Xbox One Pass. Just wait for it to show up on whatever system you're on. If you're already on the Xbox, cool. Just get the Xbox Pass, and you can play them all for $1 because you get for 1 month you get it for free, or not for free, but you get it like for $1 or something like that. So if you wanted to test these games or test any game that's an exclusive Xbox game, go ahead and right now, whether it be whatever you want. If you want to test a game, check and see if it's on the Xbox Pass first. test it for $1, and if you don't like it, just unsubscribe from the Xbox Pass. It's an easy way to play any new game that's an exclusive to the Xbox.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I was gonna say maybe I'll try to see if they get a demo for the Switch, but like, why play the demo? I know I like the game.
Yeah,
I just haven't played it since 360.
right.
It would be fun to play through all of them,
Right.
to get that whole story. But then make sure that's the only game you play, so you're not taking 10 months to beat it.
Right. Which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to focus on this. At the same time, Apex Legends is out. So my brother and my friends all want to play Apex Legends.
That's all I hear about.
I know. It is what it is.
It's awesome.
It's a good game.
Actually, I would be playing with you if I had my Xbox out.
Get it out. It's a good game. It's a fun game. And even if you're not good, it's still fun. Like, I'm not great at it, but I still have a fun time at it.
Oops.
I'll edit that out. Don't worry.
I just have a hard time because I'd have to put it upstairs, and then
I hear you.
I guess I could get my headset out, but then I'm talking.
Sure.
Do you guys chat during?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't.
But then sometimes I have babies that are asleep, and I tell them in advance, I can't talk very much.
But you do the buttons, right?
Yes, exactly. The good thing about Apex Legends is that you can ping everything. You can communicate without having to talk. You can ping, this is where the enemy is. These are where some guns are. This is where I'm going. Where are we going? Stuff like that.
That would be the only way I could play.
Yeah.
Once my family went to sleep.
Sure. And that's what I do when I have the boys sleeping around me. So it works out pretty good.
But then I get mad and then I yell.
That's also my problem.
All right, you wanted to talk about Diablo 3, and then we probably could wrap up with some games we're looking forward to and any pinball stuff we've done.
Right. So with Diablo 3, there's not much to talk about necessarily. Just simply that my son, he's been playing a lot with me when it comes to Diablo 3.
And that's wild. I saw the quick clip.
Yeah.
And I see these two characters running around, and I'm going, Easton, isn't he like 4 or 5? Like, he's playing.
Yeah.
Was he the one just spinning over and over again?
It was him. Because I showed him how to do these like super moves, so he just keeps doing the super moves all the time instead of everything else. But he has a lot of moves to it in his arsenal. In that clip, he just kept pretty much spamming this like really awesome spin move. But he's really good with one. So this is what I've learned with him. So in his 4-year-old brain, he's really good with one thumbstick and buttons. 2 thumbsticks is difficult for him. So he's really good at 2D platformers, even a lot of 3D platformers, and action role-playing games like Diablo and stuff like that, where you're looking down at your character. You only need one thumbstick, so you move around with one thumbstick and you use the other buttons to attack and stuff like that.
And the other thumbstick is what, menus?
Roll, dodge. It matters what game it is.
He doesn't really have to do a whole lot of rolling.
No, you don't really have to do that. Yeah, as long as you're just spamming attack. He's good at attacking. He's good at moving around. He's just not good at that second thumbstick. So I've been trying to find some. He does need to learn how to use that second thumbstick eventually at some point, because there's a lot of games out there that he's limited in the process. But right now, having him as a buddy playing Diablo 3 is a fun time. I mean, he's playing a full-fledged great AAA game with me on Diablo 3, and we're having a blast. It's a really, really good time. Same with like when we play Mario, when we play Sonic together and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He's really good at these games, so I'm having a blast with him. But I guess Diablo 3 to me is a separate tier altogether. It's not just Mario. It's not just Sega. It is a game. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a AAA game that to me is exciting because it's an adult game. I'm having my 4-year-old buddy playing with me on this, and it's a fun time. I really, really enjoy it a lot. I guess that's all I really had to say about Diablo 3. But I don't know.
It's funny that I haven't touched my Switch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sat in the dock, and I walk by it, look at it, going, I wish I had time.
Well, I haven't played Diablo 3 since when it first released, and we were playing it hardcore, and then we all kind of got the wind sucked out of us when we played with Dustin that one time.
Yeah,
because he had this super character, and we all kind of played with him for a second.
Crushed it for over a weekend and beat it.
Yeah, it really sucked the wind out of our games. So I haven't really played it since then, pretty much. But when I was trying to think of games that he would theoretically be good at, I thought of that game. I thought, well, all you really need is the one thumbstick and buttons. That's what Diablo is.
Yeah.
And he was good at it. And I was very impressed with it. And I thought, cool, dude, let's just do this. Let's have a fun time. We'll go through the story together. This is a good game. Come with me. Because he likes kind of like a little bit spooky stuff. He loves zombies. He loves skeletons. And I thought, this is it. This is zombies and skeletons and demons. Let's go kill some guys. So he has a blast doing that.
That's fun. Mm-hmm. That's a deep game, too. And I know the new season started. So when we started, it was the last season.
Yeah.
So now the new one's up. So if you want to get those special items in that.
And I'm not too worried about that.
I don't care either.
That doesn't mean anything to me. People who are big into Diablo, that means a lot to them. To me, that means nothing. I'm just playing it through the story. That's about all I'm doing.
All right. Do you have games that are coming out that you're excited for?
I'm very excited for Mortal Kombat.
Speaking of,
Yes.
do you know it's coming out for Switch?
Yes. I'll
What
be getting it for Switch.
The heck?
I know.
I don't know what it'll be like playing with the Joy-Cons, because I don't like the Joy-Cons for serious gaming. But when you have the Pro Controller or the knockoff Pro Controllers, should be great.
So I've done two things. One, for my actual Switch, I have, what are they called? The Freak joysticks.
The grips or the caps?
The caps that you put on them. They're called,
Yeah.
what are they called? They're called something Freaks.
Game Freaks?
Control Freaks. They're called
Oh.
Control Freaks. So I have Control Freak caps that go on my actual
Joysticks.
Nintendo Switch, and that I'm gonna have to edit all that fucking gibberish there. So I have Control Freaks that go on my thumbsticks that make gaming way more fun when I'm doing just simply mobile gaming. But beyond that, I have a knockoff Xbox 360 controller that works with the Nintendo, and I have an actual real Xbox 360 controller that I have like an adapter that I've connected onto it,
Oh, that's right.
and that has become my full-time Nintendo controlling device when it's docked. When it's not docked, I use the Control Freaks, and it's wonderful. But when it is docked, I always use that one Xbox controller. I have the adapter locked into it. I don't use that on my Xbox. I only play that on
I was going to ask
Nintendo.
you how you switch back and forth, but
It is.
I know you have
fairly,
to like resync it, and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
and it's a little bit of it's enough of a pain in the ass that I just leave it locked 100% on that Nintendo. It's not that big of a pain in the ass. If you only had one controller and you were running both systems off of it, it's not that big of a deal. But I have two controllers, so I just literally never use that controller on the Xbox. It's just not worth my time. So with that said, I am ready for Mortal Kombat, whether it shows up on my Nintendo, whether it's on both my systems. I'm ready for it, and I've been waiting for it to come.
I did not. I bought 9 for 360 or PlayStation 4 or
Sure.
3.
Sure.
I did not buy 10, and I don't know why.
I didn't buy 10 either.
I think it was just timing in my life.
My brother-in-law did buy it. So I played his for free, and I borrowed it for a long time. I beat the campaign with it. But no, I didn't own it, and it feels weird because I've usually bought all of the Mortal Kombats up until the last one. So I feel kind of like a traitor due to the fact that I didn't buy it. But I'm ready for the new one. Ready for 11.
I am way excited for this new one.
Yeah,
Is that it?
I think so. And you haven't been playing anything.
I have been playing nothing. Oh, wait. One of our coworkers dropped off a bunch of old consoles. So I hooked up a 360 in my office, and I got my Hydro Thunder back on. In my office, I have a Hydro Thunder Hurricane on my 360.
Oh, you did. You also have that old little tiny Galaga arcade machine in here.
Yeah, that you got me for Christmas.
Right. And speaking of that, I've been playing. There's an arcade near us. It's in a water park, and we go there fairly often because it's all indoors and there's not too much to do in Minnesota. in the winter, so we got an indoor water park. We go there often just to have fun. And there's an little arcade in there, and there's a brand new Galaga game that's out right now. And I've been playing that. And you can get tickets while playing the actual game itself. And in theory, you can get 500 tickets. And unlike Adventure Zone, which is our big arcade in town, which has all the good games, and I'm very proud of Adventure Zone for what they've been doing over there and what the games that they've been bringing in. So I don't want to shit on them, but at the same time, Adventure Zone has no prizes. They got no reason to get tickets over there. If you want candy, cool. Beyond that, don't worry about tickets. Whereas the Edge Water Park, they have awesome prizes. They have PlayStations. They have Xboxes. They have drones. They have tons of cool stuff that you want to save your tickets up for. And they have some high-profile games in there. One not Black Panther, Pink Panther that I've talked about in the past, where you can get 1,000 tickets for it, and which is very difficult. It shouldn't be that difficult, but it's extremely difficult, and it makes me furious when I just miss the 1,000 tickets, and you end up like 60 tickets instead, which is a huge drop off, obviously. But Galaga, you should be able to win 500 tickets pretty regularly, but instead I'll win like 200 or like 80. Even though I beat the whole entire game, you have to not just beat the game, but you have to time it properly. Because there's this ship, this mothership that you have to kill. So you kill everybody else, and you get tickets for killing everybody else. But the mothership has a ticker on it, and it keeps ticking. And you have to kill it at the right moment. So if you kill it at the wrong moment, well, congratulations, you got 80 tickets or whatever. But if you kill it at the right moment, you get 500 tickets. And I didn't realize that. I played it several times trying to figure out what the issue was. Like, why I won the game. Why did I not get 500 tickets? And then I realized there was a gambling aspect in it as well.
Oh, typical.
Yeah.
But I have not seen this Galaga game yet.
It's a good game. It's a good game. You can up your chances at winning by doing multiple swipes. You can add multiple ships to yourself down at the bottom. You know, down at the bottom, you have your ship.
You just add more money? You
can totally just swipe yourself 4 times, and you have 4 ships at the bottom.
It is gambling.
Yeah, you can totally. What do you call it? Pad your experience. Yeah, exactly. But it is what it is.
I guess I am excited for Yoshi's Crafted World.
I've been playing that.
What?
Yeah, the demo's out already.
Son of a bitch.
My son has been playing it a lot.
Oh, it's probably because I haven't turned my Switch on.
Probably. So the demo is out. I would give it 2 huge thumbs up. I think it is a wonderful game. I'm totally going to buy it. I'm surprised I haven't bought it already. Is it available right now?
No, it comes out March 29th.
All right, fine. Well, the demo has made me give it 2 thumbs up, and I'm excited to buy the actual game. This game is, one, gorgeous. It is a very pretty, very funny, very fun game. Hey, what time is it right now?
11:30.
So some asshat named Alex gonna call me at 11:30 right now. This better be it, Jennifer. My son loves it. He thinks it's super awesome. He thinks it's funnier than Kirby, because it is funnier than Kirby. Kirby is
funnier.
Yeah, Kirby is cute.
Is it because you can like eat a guy and poop out an egg?
Yeah, it just I don't know how to say it. There's just more humor to it. You're attacking people in these like humorous ways. There's little cute puppies. It's just I guess how I think of Kirby is Kirby has a more of a cute aspect. Plus, it is Mario-esque in the way that there is some thinking to it. It's a very simple game. Kirby is for children. It has a high skill gap where you have to be, if you were a skilled adult, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in it as an adult that a kid's never going to do. But a kid can get through this game with no problem. Does that make sense? And a kid can really enjoy a lot of aspects that he would never be able to enjoy in other games. Like it has a very low threshold, but a high cap, if that makes sense. Anyways, with Yoshi, it's definitely, again, made for kids. I feel like this time around when it comes to Nintendo, they have put some very low bars so that kids can play games and really get into games, but then they have some pretty high thresholds, or whatever you want to call it, high caps, I guess you want to say. So like, only an adult is going to be paying attention to all the different things that you need to hit to collect.
Mm-hmm.
But a child can get through the levels.
Yeah.
And he's had a really fun time just playing through the demo, and it's very humorous, it's very funny, it's very cute, very pretty. Like as I said before, I would totally buy it when it comes available.
I remember seeing it at, I think it was their Direct, not because they weren't at E3, or E3's not yet. It was their Direct where they released a video, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
I have the last Woolly World for Wii U, and I had a blast with that one.
Is that also a Yoshi game, or what is that?
Yes, Yoshi's Woolly World. Kirby has the Epic Yarn.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. I will purchase it without even having to try it, but I will go get the demo now that you mentioned it.
One thing that's kind of cool about it is just playing through the demo. I haven't played the actual game yet, but playing through the demo, you can play through the same level multiple ways, because imagine looking at like a table and you set up all these like cardboard things, right? Well, let's say you're going from left to right. Well, from one view of the world, it looks like this and behaves like this. But if you're going to go back in the other direction, let's say you get on this little tiny train and it brings you around to the back side of all these cardboard, cutouts, there's a totally different world and game to be played from a different angle. So you're still looking at the same, I guess, play field, but just from a different angle, and it plays completely different. There's stuff hidden behind.
So do you have to? You get to pick one way and you have to finish it?
No, it just kind of brings you like in a loop in different. They use the same. Like, let's say the game developers, they create one play field.
But like, how do you pick which way you go?
You're following a track. You're not going in multiple directions. You're just following one path.
So you will play the entire thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about trying to find multiple routes. There are multiple routes, kind of like in Mario, where you go down into a tunnel or something like that. Some of that kind of stuff exists, but you don't need to worry about accidentally going down the wrong way necessarily. You're going to be brought down the back route, no matter what.
So I feel like they started that kind of thing with Paper Mario for the Wii.
That makes sense.
Where it almost looks like a standard Mario, but you hit this button and it flips to like if you were actually looking down the path Mario's looking at. So then there's like totally different ways to go or different enemies.
And I never played that.
Paper Mario's kind of RPG-like, so it's a little weird.
It's very different than a regular.
Oh yeah, you jump on guys and stuff like Mario, but it's RPG-ish where you collect items and things to help you throughout the game. But it's that Paper Mario for the Wii was the least RPG-ish in my opinion, which is why I liked it.
RPG-ish? Oh, you're saying of an RPG, it was very low bar.
Yes.
Gotcha. I hear you.
I just started replaying it. This must have been like 2 years ago. And I got kind of far, and then it got too much. But yeah, I liked it. I liked flipping back and forth because sideways, you'd get to a spot where you couldn't jump high enough. Well, you flip it the other way, and it's maybe 6 lanes deep. Well, there's a block. It's open. You just have to like walk to the left and then up. So it's kind of neat that they did that.
One thing that's kind of cool about this Yoshi game is that even though let's say you're only moving left to right, now sometimes you have a couple different routes that you can take, but for the most part, you're just moving from left to right. But this is still a 3D world, so you can shoot into the foreground, into the whatever you want to call
background.
Yeah, the background as well. So there's different stuff happening on multiple levels, and you can, with your egg, throw it into the foreground, or throw it into the background, and hit these different targets. So it really creates a very robust world.
Yeah, I'm excited. I saw some gameplay quick. They were knocking over like little shrubs, and you get the little coins or whatever. So there's going to be a lot of secrets you probably have to unlock.
Yeah. Either way, my son loves it, and whenever he likes a game, I'm very excited because I just want him to be a gamer like me.
Crash Team Racing is coming out for the Switch. It's already probably out for PS4 and Xbox.
Probably.
But I don't remember playing that game a whole lot on PlayStation, but I love Crash.
I played it back when it first was created way a long time ago, and I thought it was okay, but it was also out around the same time that Nintendo had Mario Kart out, and it was a subpar Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So that's how I rated it as back in the day, so I don't have high hopes for it now. If you are a big Crash guy, totally understand. Well, here's a brand new game for you, have fun. But for me, when I think of Crash, I think of that game back in the day when it was going up against Mario Kart, and I can't separate the two, if that makes sense.
Ridiculous.
But
I'm excited for it. I'll probably... Maybe they'll have a demo and I'll try it. We'll see if it is even worth buying. Otherwise, like, Dead or Alive 6 is coming out, which has had some drama around it, right?
Tiny bit.
I thought there was one more. Crackdown 3, which got delayed, and now has a new release date. Right? Or is it already for sale now?
Crackdown is out.
It did get delayed, though.
It may have got... Yeah, it probably did get delayed. And honestly, Crackdown, all of the games, all 3 games, have multiple delays. I think they're associated with delays at this point, and no one gives a crap whenever the heck they come out, because they're constantly delayed to the point of, sure, it'll come out when it comes out. So I was never giving a crap on its release date. It eventually came out and went straight to Game Pass. So if you wanted to try it out, you could try it out for $1 and just play it. And if you didn't like it, only spend $1 on it.
I remember playing... I think I bought Crackdown when I bought my first 360. I think that was the game that got me in it, where my friend in the cities who lived, a couple hours away from me had it, said it was amazing, so I bought my Xbox to play with him because it was co-op, and it was this big sandbox, and like the more you jumped, you upgraded, and the more you stole cars and drove cars, it upgraded. And so I remember me and him just trying to take out all these cartels. Crackdown 2 I started to play, and then it just didn't really stick, so I didn't really get why they make Crackdown 3 unless they actually maybe fixed a bunch of stuff. And from the reviews, it's looking like Terry Crews didn't make the game a blockbuster, so it must still play okay.
That's from the reviews that I've seen as well.
I was excited to see him, but at the same time, it's like you can't make a celebrity fix your game. Like, just having him as your marketing material and maybe a character scan isn't going to fix it. Still need to have a good game.
Right.
If it's on Game Pass, I'll play it. We'll see if it's any good.
Right. Eventually, I'll probably play it as well. I was never a big Crackdown guy, so it doesn't really mean anything to me. I know that you played a lot more. You thought it was a really fun time. I was never into it, so it didn't really mean too much to me. The commercials are fun. The commercials are cool with Terry Crews. That's all I got on it.
So did you ever play any racing rally games like Dirt?
No, never did.
I guess
I've seen them, and I think I played the demos on like Walmart or something like that, at Best Buy, but that's about it.
I remember Dirt 1 was pretty good, and then I thought they got... When they forced your menu system through your... Like, you were at a trailer, and you had to, like, walk around and pick things. Kind of like how Need for Speed, they went from you just pick your items and then you go race.
Yeah, sure.
To you have to go drive to different places.
Oh, yeah.
You're wasting my fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pick my things and play.
Sure.
Dirt did that. It irritated the crap out of me.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a new Dirt Rally 2.0. I'm curious how good it is. It's getting decent reviews. Kind of want to try it. Love rally racing.
I love rally racing. I like racing games in general. I think that the Forza games are really good. I think that the Need for Speed games are really good. I like arcadey racing games more than I do
simulators.
Simulators.
Yeah.
Simulators to me are too much. They're
When
boring to
I
me.
had free time, I loved them. Like, I remember playing and putting tons of time in Gran Turismo 3.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, this was probably a few episodes ago when I purchased. It was probably around Christmas when I bought Castlevania: Lord of Shadows 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and then Sega Rally Revo
Sure.
for 360.
Did you play any of them?
Yeah, no, why? My 360 is packed up.
I don't know. I just curious if you. I don't know.
But those work on Xbox One, which is also packed up. So I could bring them to work and play them.
Okay.
But
And
I have work
technically,
to do.
you have both here.
That X1 doesn't have a power supply, so...
Still, you could still play both here.
Potentially.
Potentially.
I went to the hardware store on the way to meet you and bought acorn nuts for Black Knight to try to secure the upper lock plastic. On top of the lock, when the ball's ejected, the ball flies up, nails the plastic, comes back to the playfield, which is why the plastic's cracked on 99% of Black Knights.
Sure.
But I put that metal cliffy there to protect it, but then I had the rubber screw caps, but they don't hold, so I went to the hardware store. My buddy said they're probably an M6 or M8. I bought an M4 and an M5. Still too big to fit on that top, so I have to go find a nut that's going to fit that stupid post, because I can't put the game on route until that plastic is secured, so when the balls come out, it's not flopping around.
Sure. Sure.
And then I just have to unhack the coin door mech. There's like they cut one of the wires and then jumped it from the middle mech to the left mech.
Yeah.
It's ready to go. I put the lighter spring on the shooter rod, so you pull back, it doesn't just fire 20 miles an hour down the middle. But Baywatch found a bunch of bad switches, like on the left ramp that goes up to the tower and then curves around to the right.
Thought it was all good to go.
Nope.
Oh.
The lock mech, that pops up under the tower,
Yeah.
stopped working. And it wasn't that. It's just the gate stopped sensing, and then the second switch on that ramp is totally not working. But then I was going through a bunch of switches, and I need to order 8. There's like the troughs, like the shooter switch. There's a switch in the back corner left.
So you actually
On the
need
ramp.
new switches? You can't clean them?
Yeah, no, they're like they call them. They're similar to cherry switches. So like it's this box has a little bump up and then a big metal arm, and the arm clicks it down.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, the one I
like knuckle
found,
thing, yeah.
it totally doesn't even click. It's just, and then in the test for the switch test, it registers maybe 20% of the time. However, 3 of the kinds of switches you can't buy. So I have to figure out how to remove the arm and put them on a new switch. Hopefully that works without me wrecking them. Like the arm, the metal arms, unpurchasable.
Interesting.
I also bought a ramp set from someone on the website, on the forum, Pinside. The box came the other day, and only one ramp was in it.
And you bought both?
So I thought I did. I just sent him a message tonight before we started, like, hey, just want to clarify, I thought there was 2. I have 1. However, the one I got was the one where mine's broke. So
Sure.
even if it was a misunderstanding or something, I'm getting screwed, I overpaid, but I have the one ramp that I need because mine is cracked and missing a chunk. I wanted to work with a guy on the pin side named FreePlay40. He does reproduction ramps. I wanted him to remake the Baywatch one because they don't make them. But even if I have enough interest, I'm assuming it's like 50 people, he's like a year out. He's so backed up. So I'm going to try to get a list together, and I'll ship him out the ramp, and he can just take his time.
Sure.
But Baywatch is pretty much ready to go. I have the coin mechs and everything for the games, but the switches got to get fixed. What about you?
Dragon still hasn't moved at all, but I got new locks for Roller Disco. I'm gonna put those new locks on it, and even though the sound isn't dialed in properly,
the sound got real whacked out.
I'll have to, you told me that, so I'm gonna have to retest it to figure out what the hell you're talking about. Hoping that you're just an idiot, which I know is not the case. But I'm going to hope that you're lying to me. I'm going to replay it, pretend that it sounds good, and then put it out on
Did we
Route.
talk about how randomly it's now like taking quarters?
Yeah, it works fine now.
It
It works fine now.
it started taking quarters.
It's a buy one, get one free. It's fine.
But that's normal in settings.
Well, no, buy one, get one free is not a normal thing. That doesn't exist. But it's set up to buy one, get one free right now. You put in 1 quarter, you play a game, or not just 1 quarter. If you put in, let's say, 3 quarters, so 3 people are going to play, you will still get an extra game for free. No one knows why. And that doesn't mean you're going to get 3 games. It means you're going to get 3 players, you played your game, and now there's an extra game ready to go for 1 person. And I don't know how to turn that off. Either way, theoretically, you still have to put in some quarters to get this ball rolling in the first place. So me, I just want to get it on the road.
It's still on free play, though.
It's not on free play.
You changed it to quarter play.
Correct. It's on quarter play. It needs to be making money, but it's stuck on this buy one, get one free mode.
I wonder if when a quarter drops, the spring bounces up and double clicks.
That could be. Did that?
Because my Black Knight ones are real freaking bouncy.
That could be. I wonder if that's what it is. You're thinking maybe it's just bouncing twice. They're just going click, click, up and down.
So the switch is,
Sure.
closing, and then it's kind of bouncing again.
That would.
It's a feature.
Make sense.
It's not a bug.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a bug. It's just a feature. That's exactly how I'm playing it right now. It's just a feature. You get buy one, get one free. Have a nice day.
You'll make a lot of people happy.
I will. They won't be able to hear anything, but honestly, in bars, you can barely hear anything anyways. So that's why I'm not worried about the audio.
You know what we should do, though?
What?
Well, we should fix the audio.
Yeah, eventually.
And all we gotta do is put prices for sale signs.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a for sale sign on it while it's out there making me money. And then if some really cool dude wants to buy this machine,
What if a woman wants to buy it?
or a really cool chick wants to buy this game, she can have it.
I still think you should try to hit up Matt.
I should probably hit him up, but he only wants to pay, what, $400 for it?
No, you just gotta give him a price.
All right, I'll put a price tag out there, and if he wants to have it, he can have it at that price tag.
I'm interested in how much you sell it for.
I'll give it to him for $600. Exactly. That's why I'm not worried about it. So that's why I'm gonna.
Do you just want to keep it? Is that what you're doing?
No, I mean I bought it for $200. I put like $200 into it, and I wanted to flip it. So I'll sell it for $600.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea at all. So what I'll do is I'll put it out on the road. I'll make some money off it. It won't be much, but let's say I make $50 off of it or something like that, because people keep putting quarters into it. Just because it's new in this bar. While it's out there, if it has a for sale sign on it, maybe somebody else will think that'd be cool to have in my house, and they buy it.
Yeah, on
me
the
a-
forum, there's a bunch of people that liked it.
Exactly.
It's actually a really fun game when we try to actually play
Got
it.
4 flippers on it. 1, 2, 3, 4 flippers on it. I know, Chris. I know, Chris. I'll sell it to you specifically for $800 because you're my friend.
So, I guess on the side, I acquire games for people that are looking for certain games.
I guess technically yes.
So, I think I've talked about this before. My neighbor's father-in-law, I sold him my old Gladiators.
Sure.
His buddy saw his game.
Mm-hmm.
He wants a game. Mm-hmm. He had told me, well, my grandkids come, I want the baseball game. Well, the only baseball game with fun shots and ramps and stuff is Frank Thomas Big Hurt. Frank Thomas Big Hurt is a kind of rare game to find at a decent price. He had a price range kind of cap of, when he first talked to me, got over a year ago, $2,500
Sure.
was his top price.
Well, what about your machine?
I don't have Frank Thomas Big Hurt.
I get that, but you have a baseball machine.
He doesn't want that. He wants ramps.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
Okay. He wants ramps. and
4-player.
Gotcha.
Finally, I found about 3 of them. They just were not close.
Sure.
Chicago, one in Nebraska,
Okay.
and then you get the ship one
Yeah.
from Texas.
Either way, there's gonna be travel time and/or ship time.
Yeah.
Money wise.
We found one in the cities. I sent it to him. It's just really expensive. I think they wanted almost. I think it was $2,800, which is $1,000 overpriced. He went and looked at it. He couldn't get more than one player to kick on, even though he tried doing what you normally do. Because I even called him. And I was like, "Hey, if you go back, video phone me or call me. That's fine." And he didn't pull the trigger on it, which probably good. But he also didn't want to drive the other places or have them shipped. Because I had one lined up that was ready to go from Nebraska. And at a really good price, too. So then I found a Gottlieb Wipeout, which is the same generation of Gottlieb System 3. I think it was even in the Twin Cities. He's now currently on vacation in a different state. But he didn't really care for the game. He's super obsessed with floor flippers. For some reason, it has to have 4 because Gladiator had 4.
It's because floor flippers are really cool.
Hey,
have you heard of roller disco?
I was going to say we should sell him that, but it doesn't have ramps. There's no ramps.
I'll sell it to him at half price. Only $800. He can have it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So then, randomly, WrestleMania popped up. It's a Data East game
Does
from the
that have
90s.
floor flippers?
Yes, it does. It has a mini upper playfield. The game's priced a little high. It's at $3,000, but I sent it to him and said, "Hey, 4 flippers, wrestling game, sort of family friendly." And he's like, "Well, I'm still on vacation, so I'll have to think about it when I get back."
What about... Okay, I got a game for him. 4 flippers, attractive females wearing roller skates.
Roller days go. You got the name wrong. It's called Roller Games.
No.
It's called Roller
It's
Games.
not what I'm talking about at all. Does that have 4 flippers?
Gottlieb Roller Games.
Does that have 4 flippers?
It has 3.
Ooh.
Williams Roller Games.
That's not bad. 3's kind of cool. 3's, that's not bad. I like to have 3 flippers.
Yeah.
2 is boring. You gotta have... I like as many flippers as you can offer me, I'll take.
You should have played Black Hole. Oh, you couldn't play Black Hole. I never.
How many did that have?
6.
Shut up. Had 6 flippers?
Yeah.
So what, 4 at the bottom, and then 2 up top?
No, 2 in the playfield below.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It's kind of cheating, but I understand.
Cheating?
Well, I mean, it's a totally different playfield.
That's true.
It's a cool... That's a totally separate, really cool, amazing thing, but it seems like cheating to say, "Oh, it's got 4 flippers down there," or whatever. Extra flippers. It's like, yeah, of course it is. It's a totally different playfield, for God's sakes.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. But that in and of itself is something extremely wonderful. Like, it has 2 to 3 to, whatever extra playfields. It's exciting. Because how many playfields is on that? 2, 3?
It's just 2. Haunted House had 3.
Haunted House has 3. Okay, gotcha.
I'm kind of glad I got rid of it, but I'm kind of sad that I didn't finish it. Because
Tell you what, I have an option for you. For $3, you can play it digitally.
That's true. And
you don't have to fix it.
When I think about it, I sort of miss it, and then when I don't think about it, I don't care. I had no connection to the game, so I didn't.
For $3, you can experience the entire game. Yes, not physically, not in front of you, but you'll actually be able to see it, which is why I wanted you to put it together, because I got to see it digitally. I played the demo of it digitally. Thought it was really cool and thought, I want to play this in real life. Didn't ever happen. That's part of life. I really don't care if it ever happens anymore. It was cool digitally, but at the same time, we did also play a very similar game in Haunted House.
Oh, and that was boring.
Right. I think digitally is probably your best experience. $3, enjoy it, because it's
$3. That's purchasing it.
Yeah, and you own it forever now. But it's a very slow game.
Yeah, I like the idea where you go to the lower playfield, and if you don't do the lock correctly, the ball comes up and you drain. I think that's a cool feature. A lot of people don't like it, but All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Sounds good to me. All right, everybody, you have an excellent night. Go ahead and check us out on Facebook. Just search for Flippin' and Mashin'. Check us out on Podbean. Again, just search for Flippin' and Mashin'. You can find all of our social medias. We're constantly posting stuff up. We're going to wrap it up right there. You guys have an excellent time. Laters.
Good night.